How do you get Frank Sinatra to be a guest if he doesn't talk to the press and he's famous for not talking to the press?
How do you get him to be a guest on a 3-hour talk show?
Yeah, how'd you do that?
With no phone calls. Right. I didn't do it. Jackie did it.
Oh.
I'm at Jackie's house, and there were a bunch of people there, and Jackie would pose questions. So there was a doctor there, and he said to the doctor, what in your business or industry or profession is impossible? What's impossible? And I remember the doctor said, they'll never invent blood in a laboratory. They can make plasma from blood, but they'll never invent. No one will ever come up with a compound that will say, here's blood, put it in your body, and it'll replace blood.
Right.
Jackie said, okay. And the doctor says, guaranteed, no matter how much technology, there'll never be blood. And he says to me, what's impossible in your profession? And I said, well, I'll give you an impossible. Frank Sinatra is opening at the Fontainebleau this coming week, and he will not do a local radio show for 3 hours. I mean, this is top of the world, Frank Sinatra.
Right.
And Gleason said, I'll never forget it, what night is he off? What night doesn't he work? I said, Mondays. He doesn't work next Monday. He said, all right, you got him next Monday.
And he delivered.
Wait a minute. Hold it. I said, what'd you say? He said, you got him next Monday night. I said, wait a minute, Jack. I'm going to go do my radio show now, and I'm going to promote the fact that next Monday, I got for 3 hours of talk, no phone calls.
Right.
3 hours of talk. He said, pal, you got him. And Jackie could get that way. Are you questioning me?
Like angry.
I said, okay, yeah. And I go back to the radio station. It's like Tuesday. Next Monday night, Frank Sinatra. Yeah, people are calling in. Yeah, sure.
It's like getting the Beatles,
now,
right?
Yeah. Now Friday, the management, I love management. Management calls me in. Listen, Larry, we're taking a full-page ad in the Miami Herald Sunday.
What pressure.
Saying that Frank is on your show tomorrow night. Now, we've called the Fontainebleau just to verify it, and we've left 10 messages. Nobody's returned a call. And so we're a little scared. There's a big ad. Will you call, see if he's coming? So I called Gleason, and he calls me back. He was played golf every day.
Right.
He called me back, and he said, yeah, what? You know, like he could be abrupt. Right. What? Right. I said, Frank, the Sinatra thing. What about it? You know, like I said, oh, no, you didn't forget. I said, well, you remember Sinatra's on Monday night? Yeah, what? I said, well, the station's taking an ad. He said, what do I care? I said, well, they've been calling me. They're not sure me. Did I tell you he's coming? He's coming.
Wow.
You know, he was mad at me like I was questioning him.
Right.
I said, not me, Jackie. It's the station. He says, go, don't. Then he hung up. Okay, now it's the next night. No one went home from the radio station. The secretary. It's hard to believe to a younger audience how big Frank was. But I will tell you this.
I'll make the analogy to the Beatles.
There is no one currently now bigger than he was at that time.
That's right.
Now it's 5 to 9. I go on at 5 after 9, right after the news. It's 5 to 9. The secretary stayed, the salesman, everybody's there.
And no Sinatra.
And it was a pretty station. No Sinatra. Now a limo pulls in, and we could see right down the window. It was a pretty station. And out steps Sinatra with a guy, a PR guy, I guess. And he comes up the stairs. We're all standing there, and he just goes, which one's Larry King? I raised my hand sheepishly.
Yeah.
He said, okay, snaps his fingers, let's go. Right? We go into the studio. He sits down. I sit down. The PR guy says to me, we're walking down the hall. I don't know how the hell you got this. He pays me not to get him this.
Right.
So I sit down, and I said, good evening. Welcome to the Larry King Show. My guest is Frank Sinatra. Why are you here? And he said, well, about 3 years ago, I was at Ben Maxick's Town and Country Club in New York. It was Saturday night, closing night, and I had laryngitis. I was really bad. And we had a packed house, and I couldn't do any makeup dates. So I called up Jackie, and I said, Jackie was the biggest thing on television. Would you come and sit in for me for an hour? And so Jackie came and did a whole bit and did monologue, talked to the audience, and saved me. And I walked him out to his car, and I leaned in, and I said, Jackie, I owe you one.
Wow.
So when I got to Miami, I get a message, call Jackie. So I called Jackie, and I said, Jackie, it's Frank. And he said, Frank, this is the one.
Wow.
That's
the fact
amazing.
that Jackie Gleason did that one thing for you is amazing.
Called the debt.